Welcome back to Kiln build. The electrician's been in today and started the first fix. We now have a fuse board, some sockets just in case. Just thought if I need to run a hoover or anything else to clean the boiler, that'd be handy to have. Tomorrow we're going to install a fuse spur down this corner for the boiler itself. Nice and tidy, all metal. It's going to get quite warm in the boiler room. Not as warm as the kiln, but it will get quite toasty. I've kind of judged where I'm going to have my wall in the kiln. Now, where these two IBCs lie currently is where 7 and 8 will be in a line. I was hoping to get the 8, but realistically, that being butted up there, plus ducting and the wall, it's going to be up this line here roughly. And from there to there, it will be very, very tight to put a door and a light switch in. And even then, it's going to be a very small room for the boiler. So I've decided, instead of going up here, I'm going to put the wall here, gain another 2 foot, I suppose. And yes, there will be a gap between the 7th and the wall, but I'll space out the IBCs as I load them to increase airflow all the way around them. So I've thought that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, yes, I'm sure some of you are saying I could take out the fridge, the refrigerated unit at the end, but I've measured and it's only going to gain me about 18 to 20 inches, which isn't a lot really with a 40-foot container. Yes, it would probably be enough room for the boiler room, but I've committed to it now. So as I was saying, I've fully committed now. I'm going to fit 7 long, 2 wide, 2 high, 28 boxes, IBCs, maybe I should say. That equates to, I think, 42 bags, my 0.8 cube bags I sell in Firewood. I'm still not sure how many IBCs worth of boiler fuel I'm going to have inside the kiln each batch, but that's going to be a trial and error kind of thing. I'm hoping 4, maybe 6. I'm thinking IBC a day maybe. I'm not too sure how much it's going to eat. So right now I am going to measure out where I want my fan and lights down the middle. I want to start off with a fan this end, and then a 5 foot LED strip, another fan, and then one more strip at the top there. So I'm going to measure out and figure out how far apart I want them. So the electrician's going to put a switch on the outside for the interior lights. Also going to have a lean-to from here across to the main building to store my dry boiler fuel. And then I've got a door coming for that far end that will go into the boiler room itself. Okay, here we have one of the fans. It is a single phase 355mm extractor fan. They are designed to bolt onto the wall, but I'm going to hang it from the ceiling. Before I walk past it, this is all the ducting that needs to go inside the container. So this is the vents. I'm planning on putting them up here towards the top of the container. Correct me if I'm wrong, but hot air rises with the moisture and I need to let out the moist air from the container. One thing I'm quite pleased about this container, it might be 17 years old, 2004. The doors are great. I did spray some W40 down the hinges, which loosened them up quite a lot. But they open on their own. I mean, I've been around containers quite a bit and not many containers do that. I really like the high cube. I'll have plenty of clearance when I have the lights inside. Got a fresh battery now. Well, nearly fully charged anyway. Hello. As you can see, hold it. My holes where I was drilling were at an angle, so it's a lot smaller than it should be. But now I can see what I'm doing. I better just clean it up with the grinder now. Have a dry fit though and see what it looks like. Hopefully this fits. Yeah. Better plan it, get it square. Have to admit, I'm amazed how thick the insulation is. I mean, look how far that thing's come through. Flat disc, just going to take off the edges before I start gluing. Right, sunglasses on for this. Just going to give a generous amount of grip fill. Just trying to use up the end of that tube, to be honest. Didn't actually need that much. So sorry, yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. If that isn't enough airflow for the moist air, I'm then going to have another 2 or 1 with an extractor fan on it. And I've been looking into it. You can get humidity controlled like switches. So if the humidity gets too much in here, it will turn on an extractor fan and blow it out. So that's the kind of thing I'm going to do as a backup plan. This is sort of a bit of a project and a bit hit and miss, and I'm going to do some trials as well after. But if I find out that it's like a sauna in here, there's so much steam, and it's just not letting the moist air out, then I'll put an extractor fan in that will suck it all out.